What's going on, guys? Welcome to Zole Reviews, and this is a long-awaited review of Jazwares' Five Nights at Freddy's Endo Series action figure review. Now, they are already in their classic forms. That's how we're going to start the video off, as I don't really show them in this form. I prefer the Wizards, which I'll say later on. If you can't tell, this is actually the last video filming, as I started with the Wizards, then went to the Endos, and then ended up here. But I feel like this is a much cleaner way to do things, starting off with the original animatronics and then bridging into the Wizards. I also feel like this is a lot more cleaner, since I'll be making a few shorts on these figures to give them some love too, since, like I said, they aren't my favorite. So to begin, they each retail for $24.99. They include one Endo figure and pieces to build both the classic gang of FNAF characters and the Withered variants. You can mix and match them. I've seen people make the ignited versions, which I might do for a short. That could actually be really cool. But in all, they're really great figures. I found mine at Target. I actually found all four, which was very lucky. I went back today, so whenever this video is being uploaded, it's the same day as the other two Ninjago sets. There's actually some there, and I'll make a post about that too. They had both Freddy and Bonnie, two of each. No Chica, no Foxy. Going to GameStops and stuff, they are very hard to find, so if you find any of them, I recommend getting them. They're, in all, I mean, this is kind of like my ending put into my intro, because they're good figures, and you kind of want to beat the scalpers if you want these. Even if you have the littlest consideration, like how I did, I was like, these are cool, but they're releasing the World of series of these figures, and they're going to keep going on, and they're not even going to be exclusive or really matter. I'm happy I picked these up. They end up being some of my favorite figures. So yeah, this video is cut into three sections. We have, right now, the classics. We're going to have the Endos, once that's kind of like the middle segment, and then the Wizards to finish things off. So starting off, I'm going to talk with the main man himself, Freddy Fazbear, and there goes his armor plate. So I'm just going to show this off to begin with. So I'm kind of happy it came off. In there, it's hard to see on camera. It actually says, like, L F1, it will be like left front 1. For the Wizards, it'd say 2 and stuff. So yeah, it's really cool. So let's start off with Freddy Fazbear. He has this really awesome head sculpt, done really well. He's got movable jaw articulation. You can actually see the endo in there a little bit. Does have a hole in the back of his head for the jaw to snap on. We got his chest. We got his waist, we got all sorts of articulation, which I'll go over more in the Endos, but they kind of keep the same articulation throughout. You can see like rusty bits on the Endo joints. I don't remember if I exactly go over that when I get to the Endo form, but they're really cool, nice paint applications everywhere. You got the Freddy Fazbear hands. Overall, really nice figure. Like I said, we got Bonnie. He's a little more purple in person. He looks kind of gray on camera. You can see his endo mouth in there. He's got his red eyes, little gap. His ears don't move, which is sad. Little gap in the back. Basically the same thing Freddy had, as this is basically just like classic Bonnie. It looks so good. He looks a little more purple, like I said, in person. He isn't this gray on camera. It's kind of just the lighting and the quality I have of my camera. And I mean, they don't really they're not going to lose parts, really. I mean, some of them might. Chica, Freddy is the really only one I've noticed. It's really only if you move a piece a certain way, it might, just pop off. But it's not really hard to put together. It can be annoying taking them apart, though, and changing them, which is why I'm filming this as my last part, so I don't really remember what I said in the other parts. So my bad if I repeat throughout the video. But yeah, you can open and close his jaw. A lot smoother than Freddy. Looks a little creepy like that, but it's fine. There's some of the scariest horror figure toys I've seen in a while. Great articulation. Let me try and bend his knee. Yep, there you go. Great articulation. I will say now, as a disclaimer, if you get these, their feet are really hard to snap in. So I'm just saying that now. Like, if you want to put, it's mainly noticeable on Chica. Not going to lie. If you want to change him from the Endo to whatever suit, It's pretty hard to do that. That's why I think Foxy probably has to be my favorite out of all of them. But we'll get to Foxy now. Chica is easily my least favorite, but Chica's my least favorite character in pretty much any FNAF game. Nothing against Chica, it's just, if I had to choose them, yeah, I don't really like Chica that much. Foxy has the same thing, he's got his eye in there. They all look like cute and friendly, which is really nice. He's got this hook hand, he comes with two, to, like, so you don't mix and match them up, even though you can mix and match. He's got cool detail. The Endo legs, the Endo hand. Nice figure. He's got a little slot cut out of his chest so you can open his mouth and not have any issues. That's probably the best look you'll get at, like, the Endo mouth in there. Great figure. Yeah, really great figure. And last but not least for this, we got Chica the Chicken. If I can get the boys to stand. Whatever. Chica's head is completely encased. The beak is actually a separate piece. You can kind of see the endomouth in there. Closing it, opening it. Yeah, again, the little slot cut out of her bib. Let's eat. Really nice decal. That isn't like a sticker or anything. Not really gonna wear off. Again, all the same. Oh, there you go. See if you like bend the joints. Funny way that's going to happen. That's my only really complaint with them, other than the feet. They're good figures. They're big figures. They're expensive figures, but they're good figures nonetheless. I do really enjoy the Endo series. I'm just going to try and get them out. So yeah, now I will swap these boys over to the Endo versions as like the segue from this classic to the Wizards. And I hope you guys like these classic versions and all their cutesiness, because I'm going to be making shorts about them now. And then I'll also have the Ignited forums, and then probably, if you see them in the future, again, I might not even show them off as much, except for like comparisons. They're most likely going to be in their Withered forms. So yeah, just saying that now. So as for the endos, basically the halfway point, you can see basically just how much articulation these have, which is why I didn't really go over it as much in the main figures. You can see you can get them into pretty much any stance you want. There's so much you can do with them. You can move all sorts of joints. The eyes can pop out. You can see all the little slots that every piece of the suit fits into. You got these giant hands. There's so much expression. I mean, for like a very dull face, there's 3 forms of expression. You got like this. You got it slightly open, and then giant open. And because of the eyes and stuff, like I said, there's so much expression with them. And these are really great figures. You get 4 of them in total because of the 4 animatronics. This one is Freddy because of all the black parts. That one is Foxy because of the brown eyes. That one is Chica because of the purple eyes. A little hard to see on camera. Let me see if I can get Freddy to stand up. And then this one's Bonnie because, I mean, A, the red eyes. But B, you can take the eyes off all the animatronics, which I'll show you in a second. You can actually see he's got red pupils behind there for his withered form, which will be coming up next. Then you can just slot the pupil in like that. Boom. And so you can do the same with any of them. You can mix and match eyes and stuff, but the only characters with unique frames are Freddy and Bonnie, because he has the painted red eyes, and Freddy has this painted black mouth. Now, I do remember seeing there were errors with the first batch of Bonnies, where they didn't have any painted red eyes behind his pupils, which I know was an issue for the withered form. It's a cool defect if you did get it. Overall, I mean, these are great action figures. There isn't much you can do with them. They're just endos. So that's where all the extra pieces come in, and that's where all the transformation and magic happens. But these are good action figures with little bits of expression for basically any pose you want. You can do basically whatever you want. It's like its own little basic action figure with almost all articulation except for head. His head cannot move up and down. I don't know why, but it's only side to side, for those who were wondering about that. So after transforming these boys once again, we have the FNAF Endo series Withered variations, which I've actually seen the most criticism on, because, I mean, for the original figures, which I just keep in spare bags, to be honest, because I prefer these, over the originals, they look amazing. They look like the actual animatronics, and they look brought to life and cheerful. But I've seen many complaints with these variations, which I'll get into, such as Bonnie's upper jaw. Freddy, I think, was mainly good for in everyone's eyes. I saw something about Chica. I don't know what it was. I definitely don't like that hole in the back of their heads where it connects to the endo frame. And I just saw a lot of people saying Withered Foxy was terrible, but I think Withered Foxy is really cool. I don't know which version of Foxy, though, I think is better, because Foxy's easily the best figure out of all of them, except Withered Freddy. He's the best, like, if I had to choose one style, but out of the best figures out of the four, it's easily Foxy with both variations. So take a closer look at Withered Freddy to begin with. He has all the same articulation as the Endo. He's got the head still. He's got the shoulders. He's got the arms. He's got the hands. Same on this side. The waist, head, jaw, the hip, knee, and feet. So it's all the same. It's also the same as the normal Freddy. I think the only ones that are really different is like Withered. These two. They're all withered, so I don't know why I was saying their names. But yeah, I feel like Withered Freddy is easily the best. I love all the withering designs on him. Like all the cracks and stuff in his suit. I'm just trying to find it all, so I'm not showing off basically the same figure. Now, I believe every piece has a crack, except for like the main body. And then you can see he actually includes the buttons on his chest, as well as the unpainted feet, since this is the original Freddy design before they changed it, in the lore at least. So it wasn't like them skipping out on buttons on one piece and then just deciding to not paint this. It's actually because of the lore, for those who don't know. My favorite pose for Third Freddy has to be something like this. I was able to showcase it in one of the videos. It's definitely something like that. It's probably my favorite pose for him. And I mean, they all have good posability, whether they're in the Withereds or not. As for Withered Bonnie, I mean, he's okay. Can't really see the red eyes in this shot. I'll have to get a flashlight to show that. I do love the little dangling thing, all the wires, the piece to his arm. He's got cracks on this side. I don't think he has cracks on this piece. Yeah, it's just like withering in dirt. And he has, of course, all the same articulation as Freddy because it's the same endo. He just does lose a little in his arm due to this piece. His head, you can see, has like all these weird textures. And it does still maintain the endo mouth. Can't take that out, sadly. But I mean, it kind of keeps the biting function. You can see like all the weathering on his legs. He uses one of the endo feet still, and then he has the same Bonnie foot, just unpainted. My favorite pose for him probably has to be something like that. I don't know where he got it from. Probably, I think it was his jump scare. Let me actually go get a flashlight so I can show you his red pupil. So with the flashlight, I mean, you can see it actually does a lot for all the figures. Makes him light up, because like without the extra light, he looks very dark blue. He is purple in person. Both of these are purple. I mean, that's in a bag, so it'd be harder to see. So he is kind of purplish in person, but then you like shine the light on him, and it really shows instead of just the natural lighting, basically. For his actual red pupils, that is what they look like. I'm trying to get a good shot on camera. There you go, you can kind of see him there. So he does have those, which none of the other endos have. which I think is really cool, because, I mean, every Endo is technically unique, because the eyes and stuff, but if you just start taking out the eyes, the Freddy Endo is unique because of the black mouth, but these two, Foxy and Chica, are the same, because they don't have, like, little red dots once you take out their pupils. Which, I mean, like I said, I really like that unique factor. So you can also kind of tell which Endo is which if you just buy them off the secondary market and they're missing their eyes. I mean, it's going to be really easy to tell who is who if they're like trying to hide that. As for Withered Chica, I believe the most controversial of the Endo series, I think probably is my least favorite. Chica has always just been my least favorite character. She has all the same articulation as all the other figures, her other form. Her feet now have the 3 claws with the metallic pieces, which is really cool to see. She's got all that arm articulation, all the weathering on her suit, front and back look. She's got the wire hands, which is really cool and accurate. Sadly unpainted. I do feel like there should have been something there. And then she's got this. I feel like the people hate this look for her, though, because her mouth is supposed to be, like, farther down. So even if you do that, which that's my preferred look for her, you've seen this in the shorts and stuff. Like, it's really only the front. As soon as you turn her sideways, it kind of looks a little weird. But I don't mind it for what you're getting. It's a $25 figure. They can't shove everything into it. Even the $10 figures, they can't, like, completely make it 100% accurate. Like, you take a look at that Freddy from the World of line. It's completely different from the Withered Freddy. But that's because he has to have, from the normal Endo Freddy, sorry. Even the new leaked Withered Freddy, like, he's completely different. That's because they have to accommodate the jump scare action feature. And these guys just are pieces onto the Endos. Last but not least, for the Withered is Withered Foxy. He's got everything that, like, the normal Foxy has, basically. He's got the opening and closing jaw. He's got the one eye. All the withering effects on him, which there isn't really anything other than kind of just rust everywhere, which I think are supposed to be holes, but I can see why they did it. He's got his normal, just Endo feet, all the same articulation. He's got the same hook hand. There is nothing different between the two. And you do get 2 of them included. As you've seen the extra parts bag, there is another. So, it's not like you have to choose or always have this on. You do get 2 pieces for whatever reason, in case you lose one. Because you can't really show off the other version. But yeah, in all, great figures, great posability. He's got the Endo hand there, too. Kind of like Bonnie. Now, for his pose, because I like to have a pose for all the Withereds. Oop, popped off his little shoulder plate. I'm normally better at it, but like I like his pose to be something like that, where he's singing. I don't really remember what instrument he plays. If he even plays one. I don't even remember much about any of their instruments other than Bonnie and his guitar and Freddy and the microphone. Come on, stand Foxy for the final shot. There. In all, I mean, these are great figures. Whether you like the withered designs like I do, or you like the normal designs, I mean, they're just overall really amazing figures. I'm probably always going to have them like this, even if and when I get the Withered World of figures. And I probably don't know if I will make a full-on review of the World of figures. We'll have to see if the demand for that is high, because the shorts have been doing well for those. The shorts for these haven't, but I haven't really been showing off all the styles. In all, I mean, for $100, it's a little steep. But if you can find all 4 of them at Target like I did, just casually one day you find it at Target, I do recommend getting at least one, because if a scalper walks by and sees it, they're gone. That's my biggest issue. I've seen them once, and only once in stores, and that's the set I have here. It's also the reason why I'm not getting the FNAF 2 figures. I don't really like FNAF 2's animatronics other than the Wizards. Like, the toys, I don't really like other than Mangle. And I'm not spending another $100 on these figures. I may get the Glam Rocks. I feel like those ones would be the only ones I'd get that are currently leaked. Well, not leaked, I mean, they got revealed. So I can probably have a display of, like, all these ruined figures. But overall, I mean, they're really great. They're really posable. They're fun for kids. You can mix and match. I probably never will be doing that, but it is a thing you can do. But yeah, $100 is definitely steep, but if you find them in stores, it's definitely worth it, because if you want it on the aftermarket and you miss your opportunity from in stores, you're never going to find them again. You might find them in stores, but the restock really only seems to be one group per, like, month. Because, like I said, I've only seen these once. It was, like, immediately after they restocked. Picked them up. Haven't seen any since. And seeing as the FNAF 2 Endo series prices are, I don't know if, like, we're gonna ever really be able to find these. Especially since they're releasing Wave 2 already. These ones might soon retire from, like, main retailers because of that low stock. So if you do want them, I recommend ordering them from Jazwares. At the same time, probably pick up a Shadow Bonnie and a Shadow Freddy if they even still have them in stock. And then I know they're also releasing like a 2-pack Endo set, which you can use to put on the extra pieces, but I don't think I'll ever be doing, really. These are probably how these boys are always going to stay, except for this review. I might make like a short or two on the other versions, but I think these are probably the preferred versions until I get the rest of the world of, and we can start doing like a comparison video. But overall, they're really nice figures. I give them an 8 out of 10. They got a couple issues. Mainly the scalpers, that's the biggest issue. And the price, 25 is a little steep per figure. Especially since it's 2 figures. It should be like 20. Yeah, it's technically 3 figures, mix and match factors. So tons of combinations. I still think it should be like 20 or something. But overall, let me know what you think in the comments. If you liked this review, please consider liking and subscribing. It would mean a lot. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.